Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and we are back in Destiny 2 with another week, which means many activities have been reset for the week, basically all of them. So you can go back and go after more powerful gear. So I'm going to go through all those sources, and then we'll end up going through the Eververse store, cover a couple things in there so you can see the cosmetics available this week. For the Vanguard, you've got a couple powerful gear drops. You've got your Vanguard Strikes, which is definitely going to give you a Tier 1 powerful gear drop. Remember, Tier 1 is worth a +3 gear score drop. So if my gear score is 923, I'm going to get a 926 from running 3 strikes. On this one, make sure you guys are matching the subclass to the elemental active burn. By that, basically, they mean if it says the singe is void, the singe is talking about the burn on the strike, so incoming and outgoing damage is increased if it's void. Make sure you're running a void subclass to get credit for those strike runs. For the Nightfall this week, we've got the ordeal is going to be on the moon. So we've got the Scarlet Keep, the new strike from Shadowkeep. And remember when you're running the strike to pay attention to your modifiers. So when it comes to anything above Adept, you're going to have modifiers that you're going to want to pay attention to. There is benefit to running higher difficulties, better rewards, better chance at exotics, enhancement prisms, and even higher up here we get even better rewards, but we get a lot more modifiers thrown on the top. So Hero is going to be one of the more difficult ones where the modifiers start kicking in that come from the artifact. So you've got Champions Unstoppable and Champions Barrier. Barrier comes on Aeon's Vow, so you could use that for Barrier. Also, you can get that on hand cannons or auto rifles or submachine guns, depending on which mods you pick. And then Unstoppable Champions can only be, the only mod that's available is on hand cannons, so make sure you have a hand cannon with Unstoppable mods on there as well. Make sure you can contribute to these champions because they're the hard things to kill in the strike, and you want to make sure you are helping out your team. Anything above this, you definitely want to orchestrate who's running what because it's only going to get harder from here. Your equipment is not locked though, so just make note of that. At Hero, you still can change out your gear as you're running through the strike, and you're able to just kind of change out weapons on the fly. If you need something, you can switch it out, so having different primaries can be beneficial. When we jump up to Legend, you are going to have to lock that inventory in from the beginning of the strike, so you're really going to have to lock everything in, make sure you don't forget stuff. But pay attention to those modifiers. That is important to make sure you bring something with you to help with those. And for the Nightfall, if you run on Adept difficulty, that is 750 with low modifiers, you get 1 of these 5 credits. If you run at Hero, you get 2 of 5. I've got to assume Legend is 3 of 5. I don't know if we ever get to Master, which I'm definitely not there yet, if that's going to count for all 5, but we'll just have to see down the road. As for the 100K, I don't think my score is going to get there yet. There are other people out there. Esoteric's crushing it. I'm sure he will be knocking this one out soon, but I will be looking forward to running a 100K Nightfall down the road as well. That will get you the Pinnacle Gear drop. I don't know how high that is. We know Tier 1 is +3, Tier 2 is +4, and Tier 3 is +5. Pinnacle Gear is the only thing that once you hit that 950 hard cap to take you from 950 to 960. So as you hit that hard cap, if you're not there yet, save that 100K for later. But if you are at 950 and you can get this, really high run, that Pinnacle Gear is going to be beneficial for you. In the Crucible this week, we've got 2 powerful gear drops. Both are Tier 1, so +3 gear score. You've got your core matches in Rumble, Control, PvP competitive, so you're going to have Survival and Survival Freelance where there are no teams, and also Crucible Labs Elimination where they continue to test the elimination mode. That is going to be 4 matches in any of those playlists. That is 1 powerful gear Tier 1 drop. And then we've got Team Scorched and also Countdown for your rotator matches. This is your 4v4 match. It used to be kind of a competitive mode, but Team Scorched is actually a ton of fun. It's a bit crazy and hectic. Don't take it too seriously, but it's a lot of fun. So if you got to do 4 matches, you may as well blow some people up while you do it. So have some fun in your 6v6 playlist of Team Scorched. This one's going to be a lot of fun. As for Gambit this week, of course, you have your 3 matches either in regular Gambit or Gambit Prime. And remember, this is a Tier 2 powerful reward. So this is actually going to be a +4 gear score drop. So if you do want to jump into something first, the higher the tier, people are saying is the better way to go because that would actually raise your average. So if my gear score is 923, this drops at 927 and I get it on a pretty low piece, that's going to boost my average. So as I'm running those Tier 1 drops, those are actually helping me out as well. So try and knock out some of this higher tier activity stuff first, and then you can get your average going a little higher so those Tier 1 drops continue to bump you up a little bit more. So 3 matches in Gambit, get that tier 2 drop, and knock it out. And make sure in everything that you're doing, whether it's Crucible, Strikes, Gambit, that you are picking up bounties before you go into those activities. Bounties are going to help you level up that season pass, get experience, help you get your artifact higher for those bonus power levels. So pick up bounties in everything you go do. Pick up every daily bounty, the weekly bounties, as many repeatable bounties as you can. Spend some time in that activity. Knock out all of those bounties, and guess what? If you knock out all the bounties that you're doing and you're still got more to do, go pick up more bounties, because those repeatable bounties are really great. Your Flahspoint this week is going to be on the Tangled Shore. The Flahspoint basically means you've got to do activities somewhere in the Tangled Shore. It can be public events, go looting lost sectors, do heroic adventures. That will get you a tier 1 powerful gear drop. So you got public events. Your heroic adventures no longer give you powerful gear as they used to in year 2, but that will still be a nice quick way to knock out a chunk, because I think this will usually count for about 35%. If you do heroic public events, those will count for 25%. And then, of course, lost sectors are pretty quick ways to farm those as well. Kingship Dock is actually really quick to run, so that's definitely one I would advise running. It's pretty quick to run to the end, smoke the boss, go back to the landing zone, and run it again. But the Flahspoint, good for 1 powerful gear drop. Also, as I was saying, make sure you are picking up bounties for everything. So you've got Gambit, 8 bounties cleared here for a tier 1 drop. Gunsmith, same thing. You've got Crucible, same thing. And then Vanguard, you will also have some drops there. Don't mind that, I'm just waiting to pick up a weapon. Also, for your weekly activities, we've got the Vex Parks collected. This is for the seasonal activity that you can either knock this out pretty quickly in the Vex Offensive if you have the Season Pass, or if you want to explore the moon, you can do this. It's just going to take a little longer. To do this a little quicker, you probably are going to want to look for those public events that happen as opposed to the few roaming Vex. If you see the big Vex portal in the sky, make sure you run that one as well. But Tier 3 is going to be a +5, so really try and knock this one out quickly if you can find those Vex portals opening. Knock this one out early in the week to, again, raise that gear average. But as I was saying, bounties, 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 bounties. You're going to level up your artifact, which is going to only improve your bonus level from that. And then you're also going to be working your way through that season pass, which is going to give you experience buffs and unlocking other gear things as well. So gunsmith bounties, pick those up early and all the time. If you know you're going to go run Crucible, pick up as many bounties here as you can as well. Same thing with Strike, same thing with Gambit. Those things, you cannot have enough bounties on you. Have them on you all the time. There are other drops that you can do. You've got your clan rewards, so if you're not in a clan, please make sure you get in a clan. That is worth a tier 2 powerful drop. That one is just one you kind of do over time by doing different activities like public events and strikes and Gambit and Crucible. You can't really run this one faster, but as soon as you see this one done, go ahead and pick it up. Definitely a good one to have early. Some old drops, you've got legendary gear from basically Callus's treasure. You've also got Ada's recipes for success. These are good ways to farm weapons and things of that nature, but you're not going to be getting powerful gear from it. But you can get some weapons that you want and may eventually later want to infuse. Finally, we come to the moon. Lots of stuff to do here. So for the season pass holders, remember, Vex Offensive is going to be a tier 2 drop. So if you can knock this one out quickly, this will also get you a boost probably towards Ikora's as well. So this will be a tier 2, and then hers will be a tier 3, so get those Vex parts as quick as possible. It took me about 4 runs to knock this out. I don't know what makes it go faster. I was 25% once, and then I finished another one, and then I was 60%, and then I finished another, was like 84. So I'm not sure if the more you do and actually kill in here, the better off you'll be. So just try and get in the mix, blow up as much stuff as possible, use your supers, throw your grenades, kill everything you can. Just try and be the active person in that party so you can make quick progress here. Next, we're going to have our new Nightmare Hunts. They're all up towards the top of the map. 3 Nightmare Hunts completed are worth powerful Tier 1 gear. Make sure you equip Dreambane armor mods to enhance your power within this mission. If you went through Shadowkeep and you've got those mods for Nightmares, throw those on there. You are going to want them because we have a new difficulty as well. So, Hero is open. Unstoppable and Barrier champions are this week. So it's definitely something to consider. Each one is also going to have a different torment. So Rage is going to be the Gall Nightmare. Solar and environmental damage is increased, so be careful about that stuff. Again, Barrier and Unstoppable champions will be roaming around, so make sure you have a Barrier mod on something, Unstoppable mod on something else, so you can handle those. Hero difficulty is matchmaking, so you won't be roaming this one alone. Above this next week, I think we'll be getting the Legend, which will turn on off matchmaking, so you'll be running that one solo. So you've got Nightmare Hunt Rage, where we fight against Gall. We've got the Nightmare Hunt Isolation, where we're going to fight against, let's take a look. We're going to be fighting against Tanix. That's a guy who used to be in the Shadow Thief Strike, so I definitely can picture how that one's going to go. And then we've got Fear, which is going to be against Fogoth. So Fogoth, big giant ogre. Again, all of these seem to be very consistent on mods. And pay attention to the burn. So Torment of Fogoth, void damage increase, knockback damage, and distance increase. So any slams will hurt more and probably throw you faster into the wall quicker. So those will be a little less forgiving. Over here, again, similar principle. If you're looking at Taniks, solar and environmental damage is increased. So that's similar to Gaul, but the knockback is going to be huge. But those champions, Unstoppable and Barrier, are going to be crucial. If you're looking to go in the raid, this is going to count for pinnacle gear. The drops in here are going to be definitely worthwhile. Completing the full raid will get you a pinnacle gear drop, and also the raid drops itself are going to be pretty substantial. So I don't know if each drop counts as pinnacle, and then you get a pinnacle for finishing as well. But I know each encounter definitely does drop gear. I got a couple as I finished part of it last week. I'll be trying to finish that one this week. If you guys do want a guide, let me know. I know there's a lot of guides out there, but some people want mine. If I can get some thoughts together on this one, I will do my best to get you guys a guide there. For Eris, we've got Luna's Calling, so it is always the memory pursuit completed. Basically, that means go run an old mission. That's going to be worth 1 tier 1 drop, and that's going to be up here in the deep. The cryptoglyph is yours to take from the hive if you can. So this is going to be the one where we go in and steal the cryptoglyph, so definitely head in, do that one. It's going to be worth 1 powerful drop, so make sure you pick up the bounty before you do that one. That's important because I think you've got to have it for it to count. And then finally, one reminder as well. When you have the Vex invasion zone, as in the Vex actual portals opening up on one of the patrol zones, when the Gate Lords appear, try and again knock out those as quickly as possible so you can get the Overlord to appear. And again, hopefully you got some people with you because soloing this one is just really hard to put out enough damage. But the Overlord will drop powerful gear 2 times. So if you have a full cycle of 3 portals open for Gate Lords and 1 opens for an Overlord, and you kill the Overlord, you'll get a powerful drop. If you go see it again in another zone, you can kill that Overlord after the 3 Gate Lords, get another powerful drop. After that, you'll be just getting regular drops, not powerful gear. But you can get 2 powerful gear drops by killing those Overlords twice, and it is per character. So that is a lot more drops that you can do. Most everything here can be done per character, so you've got a lot of stuff to do for the week. Finally, we've got the store. So cosmetics for the week, you've got a new ornament for Divinity. This is the new exotic weapon coming from the raid quest. There's more to that one. As I get this one, I will definitely post up how it is done. You've got invasive species, pretty cool looking sparrow here for you guys. Definitely Vex and Black Garden themed. Cool look, of course. The art team always kills these things, crushing it. Lunar shell as well, if you want a moon shell. Definitely looking goofy, of course, but very cool. For Bright Dust purchases, if you are getting Bright Dust, you've got the Wamera. Basically, it's a big B5 bomber. And then if we come down here to Bright Dust as well, we've got the Cup of Tea emote, Tall Tail Ship, PS1 shell. We've got the Dream of New World, the Sturm ornament. Got the Night Watch ornament, and then the Empyrean Cartographer boots. Now, this is the first set of boots, and I think it is going to be available for each character, depending on which one you log in on. These are going to be your Eververse ornaments for this season. Now, I'm digging on this set for all classes, basically. It looks really cool. Just got cool color schemes to it. Definitely very ornate and detailed. Probably going to accept shaders pretty well and be very cool. So, the fact that you can actually work on earning these for your characters with Bright Dust instead of spending money on it, that is definitely one that would be really cool. Bundle price will be reduced for each item you already own. So, if I come down here and I purchase this for $1,200, I'm going to go ahead and check the price. So, I've got that one. And apparently I got a weekly clan engram for some reason. Not sure why. I'm going to come back here. That price has been deducted. So, if you're going through the season and you really like this set and you're like, hey, let me make sure I try and catch this as much as I can, buy it on as many characters, I've got Bright Dust to do so. But you don't quite get there, or you don't have enough Bright Dust to do so, any of these sets you do want to purchase will be discounted for anything that you've acquired throughout the season. So probably wait on the silver purchase of these until you see how much you can earn, because Bright Dust is dropping from bounties and such of that nature. But if you really want to purchase some of these, trust me, there's something cool. Like this Phoenix Protocol ornament looks absolutely amazing. I mean, that looks glorious. So that is awesome. And then we've also got Conflux Control for the Warlock. And this is just because I'm logged in on my Warlock right now. I'm sure there's other stuff for other classes. But ornaments are really cool. Because your Undying Finishers bundle. And again, same thing here. If you do purchase this bundle, it should discount this one up here as well. So if I get this one for $800, I'm not going to have to spend the full package. But as you can tell, this is $800. If you get this one, they'll be $700 each. So Store's got quite a few things. We've got a lot to go through. Season rank, keep ranking that thing up, work on your powerful gear, have fun in the raid, and I will work on getting more content out to you as well. So hopefully this was beneficial to everybody. I know this is a long-winded one, but these weekly resets will have quite a bit to cover, and I'll be trying to cover tips for you guys as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you haven't followed me yet, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter. Follow me on both of those. Right here on YouTube, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like below, leave a comment if you got questions, say hello even if you want to, and of course, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that and hit the bell next to it so my videos actually come to your feed. Thank you all very much for the support. The climb of growth has been amazing. You guys have been very supportive. Keep it going, and we will keep this train rolling. Have a great one. I'll see you soon. Enjoy week 2 of Shadowkeep.